Hey you guys, greetings from the lovely California Pier. Just kidding, still in my bedroom, exactly where we've been every other day for our reading. Thanks for joining. Today we have another returning special guest listener, and it is Miss Aria, who is snug as a bug in a rug up by my pillow on my bed because she's cold. So even though it's super sunny outside today, it's really windy. So yeah, okay. So today for book, I think it's 7, but it might be 8. I can't remember. So I apologize, but it is Monday. I do know that. So today's book is going to be A Pocket for Corduroy by Donald Freeman, and that is one of my favorites, and it was one of Tristan's favorites too. Oh, there's Tristan. Let's have a look-see. Hi, Tristan. We have another guest listener. Do you want to come listen too to our story?
Does that mean I can get out of homework for a little bit?
Okay, yeah. Come have a seat. Yeah, right? I think that counts. So you guys can listen along with Tristan. I apologize for the way my hair looks.
Nana in Texas said that if we
Tristan, stop. So, anyway, as I was saying, I apologize for the way my hair looks. I left my flat iron at Nana's house, and so it's going to be a little hippie for a while. So, okay. So, Pocket for Corduroy, one of my favorites from school, and one of Tristan's favorites, too. Late one afternoon, Lisa and her mother took their laundry to the laundromat. As always on such trips, Lisa carried along her toy bear, Corduroy. The laundromat was a very busy place at this hour. My voice got a little raspy there. Now, Corduroy, you sit right here and wait for me, Lisa said. I'm going to go help with our wash. Corduroy waited patiently. Then he suddenly perked up his ears. Lisa's mother was saying, "Be sure to take everything out of your pockets, Lisa dear. You don't want your precious things getting all wet and soapy." "Pockets," said Corduroy. "I don't have any pockets." He slid off the chair. "I must go find something to make a pocket out of," he said, and he began to look around. First, he came to a pile of fancy towels and washcloths, but nothing was the right size or color. Then he saw a huge sack of colorful clothes in a laundry bag. "There ought to be something in there to make a pocket out of," he said. That laundry bag looks like a cave to me. How about you guys? Without hesitating, he climbed inside the bag, which was filled with pieces of wet laundry. The dampness didn't bother Corduroy in the least. "This must be a cave, just like I said," he said, sighing happily. "I've always wanted to live in a dark, cool cave." I totally called it. I said cave too. When the time came for Lisa to fetch her bear, he was gone. "Oh, Mommy," she exclaimed, "Corduroy isn't here where I left him." "I'm sorry, honey," said her mother, "but the laundromat will be closing soon, and we must be getting home." Oh my gosh, I don't think I could leave without my bear. What's going to happen to Corduroy? Stop laughing at me. Lisa was reluctant to leave without Corduroy, but her mother insisted. "You can come back tomorrow," she said. "I'm sure he'll still be here." Poor Lisa. She looks worried. As they left, a young man wearing an artist's beret was taking his wet laundry out of the bag, the very bag Corduroy had discovered. Before he knew it, Corduroy was being tossed together with all the sheets, shirts, shorts, and slacks. inside the dryer. But just as the artist was shutting the glass door, Corduroy tumbled out onto the floor. How in thunder did that bear ever get mixed up with my things, the artist wondered. There's Corduroy slipping out of the laundry. Poor Corduroy was damp all over. The least I could do for him is give his overalls a good drying, he said. He unbuttoned Corduroy's shoulder straps and put his overalls in the dryer. So that's pretty nice of him. Bless his heart for doing that. Corduroy grew dizzy as he watched the clothes spinning round and round, but the artist became inspired. This would make a wonderful painting, he said as he took the sketch pad out of his pocket and began drawing the swirling colors. I can hardly wait to get back to my studio. Finally, the dryer stopped swirling, and the man gathered up the clothes. Then he helped Corduroy put on his warm, dry overalls. All at once, the manager of the laundromat called, "Closing time! Everybody out!" Corduroy was gently placed on top of the washing machine. I wonder who that bear belongs to, the artist said as he was leaving. Seems to me he should have his name someplace. He's too fine a fellow to be lost. So there goes the artist, leaving Corduroy behind. As soon as the lights were turned off, Corduroy began to search again. He was surprised to see something white glowing in the dark. Maybe it's snow, he said excitedly. I've always wanted to play in the snow. I don't know if that's snow, though. He accidentally tipped the open-lidded box over, and suddenly he was covered with soft, slippery soap flakes. Ugh, that was tough to say. Soft, slippery soap flakes. Gradually, Corduroy began to slip and slide. Oh, what fun, he said with a smile. I've always wanted to ski down a steep mountain. Look at him go. That does look like fun. He landed paws first in an empty laundry basket. This must be a cage, he said, peeking through the bars. I've never wanted to live inside a cage like a bear in the zoo. But by now, Corduroy felt drowsy, and soon he nodded off to sleep. Next morning, when the manager came to open the door of the laundromat, there was Lisa waiting. I left something here yesterday, she explained. May I look around? Certainly, said the manager. My customers are always leaving things. Lisa was searching under the chairs and in the back of the washing machines when she heard the manager call her. Is this what you're looking for, señorita? Yes, he's my best friend, shouted Lisa as she came running. She reached in and picked Corduroy out of the basket. So this is where you've been, you little rascal, she said. It's time I took you home. Lisa thanked I almost forgot to show you the picture again. So there she is, she found him. Lisa thanked the manager and ran out the door and down the street, holding Corduroy tightly in her arms. I thought I told you to wait for me, she said. Why did you wander away? I went looking for a pocket, Corduroy said. Oh, Corduroy, why didn't you tell me you wanted a pocket? Asked Lisa, giving him an affectionate squeeze. That very morning, Lisa sewed a pocket on Corduroy's overalls. And here's a card I've made with your name on it for you to keep tucked inside, she said. I've always wanted a purple pocket with my name tucked inside, said Corduroy, as he and Lisa nuzzled noses. The the end. So that was A Pocket for Corduroy. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do, and Tristan did, and Aria. Aria, can you say hi to all the people? Okay, so we'll see you next time for the next book, since I don't remember what number this one is. I hope that you have a good rest of your day, or good evening, or good night, and I love you all. Bye. Oh, Aria's in the window. Hi, kitty. Hi. Okay, bye.